Hello, my name's Stephen Stokes. Welcome to Bottom Cross Studio. I've been asked today to talk a little bit about my favourite tools, and this is possibly my most favourite, which is the Tormek. And this is the Tormek Supergrind 2000. So one of the latest upgrades that's come from Tormek has been their new diamond stones. And I have one. It's a bit of an investment, but I think it's going to be worthwhile. So, in order to get this new stone on, we have to get the old stone off. And we can get going. So, again, having read the instructions, it says very clearly that it's going to work best if you use a bit of water, but not too much water. It also includes in the set, when you get the diamond stone, this very exciting liquid here, which is designed to make the water non-corrosive, always used with diamond wheels. So given that we trust Tormek, we're going to do as we're told on this occasion. So I followed the directions on the bottle, and I've got an amount of water in here. Now, one of the other things it says in the instructions as well is not to overfill. So we'll just put enough in here to get the wheel wet, but not necessarily up to the line that says maximum. The factory grind is that, which for me is not quite as versatile as I need for the beginners, so I just need to change that. And I know from teaching for a few years that the 40 degrees works well for me. So very excited to see what it's going to be like on the diamond wheel. So let's get ourselves set up. So first of all, we need to check that we have the right distance from the wheel itself. And I know from my chart that I'm going to be using hole A on the turning tool setter. So here's hole A. And all we have to do is make sure that both those wheels on the turning tool setter, here and here, are making contact with the wheel. And they are, so we've got that distance absolutely right. So the next thing we're doing, referring back to our chart, is we know that we need to have 75 millimeters as a protrusion. And again, this marvellous jig has that already here. You can see there's the length there, 75 millimeters. So let's get that set up. Okay, so let's get started now, getting this tool into the shape that works for my students. So get the tool started. We know we've got the water in the trough there, and you can see there's a nice thin film of the water now on the tool, on the wheel. Wow, that's really quick. That's really exciting. Can you see already the difference it's making there in that shape? That feels to me much, much quicker than the stone. Right, let's just see how long it's going to take us to finish off this shape. So here we are after 10 minutes on this lovely new diamond wheel, and it's incredible. I mean, I'm genuinely surprised at the speed with which it's working. The instructions again advise you not to apply too much pressure onto the wheel when it's new, and I haven't been. Certainly not as much as I would have done on the stone. And as you would be using with the stone, remember that you're wanting to spend more time on the edges and less time on the front of the bevel there. And always check and stop to see what progress you're making, because there's no point in taking off more metal than you need to. And I'd say that looks done. Yep, that's looking really good. Well, I've got to say, that's 10 minutes that we've been working with the diamond wheel with this lovely tool from Woodcut, and that's quite extraordinary in terms of the result. I'm very, very impressed. It's got this beautiful bevel now running around the whole way around the tool. It looks exactly the shape that I need for my students. So I'm looking forward to trying this out on the lathe. And I'm going to resist the temptation of running my finger across the top to see how sharp it is, because we all know how that ends, not well. So we've got this lovely tool now, sharp, comes straight off from the new Tormek diamond wheel. Let's find out how sharp it really is. Typically I'll be wearing, obviously, dust protection on my mouth, but if you're going to hear me speak today, then clearly that might interfere with the process, but obviously wearing the safety specs. Well, that's incredibly sharp. I mean, I'm very, very impressed, given that that took just 10 minutes to go from the factory grind from the tool into what I would consider to be a usable shape for my students. I'm extraordinarily impressed. And, you know, I genuinely didn't believe that a significant step forward could be made with Tormek, but yep, they've done it again, and it really is, as they say, a game changer.